So how about those Cubs? You're probably watching the live streaming right now of the giant parade, and what a great story. And as development directors and in our nonprofits, we so appreciate a great story and are crafting our very own great stories now for our year-end annual appeals. And I'm Joy Olson, Blockbuster Fundraising, here with your daily tip, your countdown to fundraising success in 2016. And can you believe we only have 58 days of fundraising left this year? Ooh, we gotta make it count. Truthfully, it's been a little difficult this morning to tear myself away from the Cubs story. And isn't it amazing? Don't we live in incredible times where we can live stream and watch a story evolve and happen right in front of our eyes? It makes us feel such a part of it. And that's what we want to do with our stories as development directors. We want to make our supporters feel an absolute part of our success and happiness. You want to be careful at year end to make sure you're telling a great story and not giving a great report. Because reports are fine, especially if you've had a wonderful year with great statistics, facts, and figures. But guess what? Your donors, they forget. They're easily forgettable facts. So you want to tell a great story. You want to know what makes a great story? I borrowed this from Ignited Fundraising. I think that this will give you a perfect little checklist. Okay, this quick checklist, be sure and use and make sure that you are sharing a great story. You know, you can weave your facts and numbers into your story, but only do so as long as they keep your donor emotionally connected with you. All right, you want to evoke empathy. You need to connect emotionally. You need to develop a personal connection between the individuals and your nonprofit. This is so important. Number 4, it needs to be about a real person, one pet, one protagonist. Don't get a group of people or pets. You want just one. And then you want to tell your story with passion. And you want to, last but not least, show impact. Because if we don't feel something, we can't make a decision. So let's thank Ignited Fundraising for that short but important checklist on stories to create an unforgettable emotional connection. That's what you got to do. Some more nuggets of gold here about storytelling. Andy Goodman, who is a nationally recognized author on storytelling, was asked, will one story work for everyone? And Goodman answered, well, I don't know if Dr. Seuss ever said this, but if he didn't, he should have. People are people wherever you go. I think that human beings respond to stories. A well-told, authentic story will work with anybody, any culture, any age. And then he goes on to say, think of the story itself as gold. You mine the gold, you capture the story. Then you bring it back to your office and you need to pound that gold into different shapes and sizes depending on whom you're talking to and also where you're telling it. So this, my friends, is an important part of segmentation too. Your stories and how you tell it. Remember who you are talking to. So your story is malleable, but how you tell it is going to make all the difference. And perhaps you're not going to tell it the same way to every single demographic in your database. Well, every nonprofit certainly needs a variety of stories, but this time of year, you need your overcoming adversity story. So let's go back to Vanessa Chase of CosVox when she gives us an outline of what we need and how to do it. So here goes. Let's take a look. In your overcoming adversity story, first of all, you need your protagonist. That is your hero or main character, whichever your nonprofit chooses to call it. And your protagonist faces struggle, strife, and then triumph with the help of your donors. Together, you help your protagonist. So she says, let's break this down, this kind of story, by working with a fabricated example. Okay, here's your protagonist. A young mother living in a village in an impoverished country. You can immediately conjure up an image of this, and you know she needs help. Your protagonist faces a struggle. She needs to get access to clean water for her family. And now you have strife and conflict, making this journey miles on foot every day to the nearest and cleanest well in the area. Can you imagine the agony of this conflict and strife? And now for the triumph. Through the help of the donors and the nonprofit together, whose mission, of course, it is to access clean water, wells are built in this young mother's village with the help of the donations that your story will elicit. This has been a very simple example, but it certainly employs all of the elements that we've outlined, and it even goes the extra mile to focus on one person, the young mother, rather than a group of mothers. So this gives your story a relatable touch and makes the donors feel that they can help this one person in their struggle and strife and help her triumph. Well, the Cubs sure triumphed, and we're happy for their story. And we will see you again tomorrow with a daily tip. This is Joy Olson. We only have, I think it's 58 days left, counting down to 2016 fundraising success, your fundraising success. So we're here with you each and every day, now through and including December 31st. We started on September 22nd. So we're cheering you on, hoping to give you little creative ideas that'll make all the difference, or at least some positive difference. So here's to you. Here's to your successful fundraising. Thanks for having been here. Bye-bye.